Hi, welcome back to Gaming for Gamers. So today I've been reading, as I often do in the morning, different things on YouTube, different social medias about what's going on in gaming, what's going on in the world actually. And of course lots of it in gaming especially is about diversity and wokeism in games and all that jazz. And something I realised, I've kind of mentioned it before on the channel, but I think it's become more and more obvious with all the things that have gone on and all the things that, not just the things that have gone on in gaming, but the things that the developers or the people that have added woke or feminist content in games have said to defend themselves. And I think it's kind of obvious now that diversity, although this is not the meaning of the word, diversity in the context of the way it's being pushed into media and gaming is actually not diversity, because that diversity apparently doesn't include gamers or men or often white people at all. So it's not diversity because it's kind of like a club of people in some rather extreme activist groups, whether they be minorities, whether they be feminists, whatever they might be, who feel either A, they've been repressed, or B, they feel now they have the chance to get back at the people that they wanted to get back at, because they can. And that's what it is, because you can see from all the, not just the things they put into these woke games, but in the way they defend them, that they have no respect for especially gamers or men, and they don't care. And if diversity was really what it's supposed to be, gamers, who are people, and men, who are weirdly enough people as well, would have equal respect to do what they want and be gamers or be men or have male interests, etc. But they don't. They don't have any respect from these people. So diversity, as far as these extremists are concerned, isn't really diversity. They're not trying to push an equal thing. They're trying to push we are more important than these people don't matter, gamers don't matter, men don't matter. There's a big thing all the time now, seems to be, that gamers and men don't matter really. And it's quite shocking. It's almost funny. If it wasn't true, it'd be funny. If you talked about this 20 years ago and made it up, you wouldn't be able to make it up. People would laugh and wouldn't believe you. But it's almost funny how ridiculous it is and how obvious it is that that's their kind of agenda. And like I said, the more it's been pushed into games, and the more that the people who've made these games, not just Sweet Baby, but just the individual developers and art directors and all the other people we've heard statements from, have come out and defended them, the things they say are always anti-gamer or anti-men. They can dress them up in different ways, but that's kind of what it is. And although it's, like I said, it's almost funny, it's actually quite shocking that they can get away with it. Because if you take a scenario where, and I'm not talking about now in the world of wokeism and diversity, I'm talking about any time in the last 30 years, more than that. If you took a scenario where people talked about anti-women things in gaming, or made characters that were specifically designed to be anti-women, I'm not talking about sexualised females, because he sexualised men like Conan and that, so I'm not talking about sexualised females, I'm talking about anti-women, and they said that's what it was, or anti any minority, they'd have been torn apart. But apparently it's okay in this day and age to be anti-gamer or anti-men and be quite open in kind of saying that. And number one, as I said before, it doesn't make any sense if you're making a game to make games for modern audiences, not including A, men, B, gamers, or C, often white people. That's just ridiculous, because a lot of people who play games are white men or gamers, obviously. A lot of the people who play games, weirdly enough, are gamers, so that's a mistake in the first place. But secondly, it's just weird that they think they should and could do this. Because you think, well, and it's weird because we've seen, like Matt Hanson, we've seen different people who are actually white males in the industry who do it as well. So it's not just people who aren't in that exclusion zone of white male gamers. We've seen people who are that, who for some reason feel they need to attack the people that they actually should be identifying with, or at least supporting, or at least not attacking. It's really strange. I don't know how we've got to this point in just society in general and gaming. It's very odd. And like I said, I watch lots of stuff, not just about gaming, but about media in general, to see what's going on with all the Disney things and all the other bits and movies. And like I said, not singling out anything specific, it's just a really weird and bad situation where something that's meant to be called diversity is actually so not diversity that it's almost laughable. Anyway, like I said, this is just a more broad view of some of the things going on in media and gaming, and I'll come back to more specific issues next time. Thanks for watching Gaming for Gamers. Till next time, take care for now.